Hello everybody, and welcome back to the final Great Race 3-pack from Trackmaster review. If you missed the other two, an annotation will be on the boxes to go watch those reviews, and I'd recommend watching them first because I'm probably going to mention some stuff from them in there. So, without further ado, and if you couldn't tell by the boxes, today's review is going to be none other than Gordon's brother, Flying Scotsman. Now, Flying Scotsman, this is the first introduction of Scotsman in anything but Wooden Railway, I believe, of the three major ranges. And honestly, I don't expect a mini anytime soon. So, as mentioned in the Gordon and Thomas reviews, Scotsman has the black part on the top of the box. There's the three of them together. And I'm honestly surprised, because normally on the 3-packs, and I don't believe Gordon or Thomas had any of these, they give a little description on who's the character and what they're about, but it doesn't on this box. So, who the hell even is Scotsman? Well, a few things is, unlike any other previous engine, I'm pretty sure, other than Stepney, Flying Scotsman is a real engine. Not necessarily looking like this, because the normal Scotsman doesn't have steam constantly going over him, and neither did he in the TV show. As I previously mentioned in the Thomas review, I did say that I have had these for a few days now, so I've done edits, like Scotsman's buffers there, and, yeah. So, basically an introduction to Scotsman. He is first introduced in the beginning of the movie, telling good old Thomas about the Great Railway Show, and he's like, oh my god, I want to go to the Great Railway Show, and Scotsman's like, oh, hi Gordon, you shit. And Thomas is like, do you know each other? And he's like, yeah, he's my brother. Well, actually, Gordon says that, but... So, Scotsman is Gordon's brother. If you've previously read the Railway series, which I highly recommend you do, even if you're a hardcore Thomas fan, or just a little kid, read the Railway series. So, it was previously mentioned in the Railway series that Scotsman is Gordon's brother, but there's a couple major differences between the Railway series versions and the TV series versions. The TV series version, they did the episode that Scotsman was introduced in, and this was literally all you see. Not a dead Thomas, but all you see is his tenders in the TV series version, which was apparently to blame on the not having the budget to finish the engine, which, if I was a little kid back then and I had read the story, I think I would have been a little upset about that. So, Scotsman finally made his full-on debut in the Great Race. He is voiced by, Rufus Jones. That's who he is. He's really a good voice. I really like what he did with Scotsman's character. Instead of being good old buddy pals in the Railway series, or in the TV series, as opposed to the Railway series, Gordon and Scotsman have somewhat of a rivalry, that it seems like Scotsman doesn't know how bad he's affecting Gordon, so he keeps doing it. He's like the older brother that I never had. I'm an only child. All around me are familiar. Okay, I'm not doing that. So Scotsman tells Thomas about the Great Railway Show, and then eventually that's what leads to Gordon getting streamlined and blah blah blah. Okay, so back to the Trackmaster model. Where do we begin? Oh, I'll begin with the two tenders. That's right. As opposed to any normal engine, Scotsman has two tenders. One is a water tender, which I have been told on numerous occasions why he has the water tender, and I never keep everything straight. So if I say something wrong, I apologize. The reason he has the second tender is that it's a corridor tender, which you can see there, so that the driver and fireman can exchange crews during a long journey, and they have extra water to make it to the next stop to get water, because as they explained in the Railway Series story, and failed to explain, even though they fully called it out, as Scotsman's backing down, Thomas asks, "Wow, who's this dude with two tenders?" And so they called it out, but they never explained why the two tenders. So basically, there's on the other railway, as they call it, there is a very long distance between coal and water stops. So that's the reason in the TV series. Now, the real Scotsman did have a water tender at one point. I don't remember what year, but it was to exchange crews during long journeys, and of course to keep water, or else they just call it a coach. It's the same size as one anyway. So the water tender it's got his number on it, which is 4472, and clouds of steam. One thing I do want to point out, though, that I didn't notice until I was told, is that the lining is for a Fowler tender. So, good job, Mattel. I don't remember if it's on the actual render or not. But, as per Mattel usual, the buffers aren't painted, the lamp isn't painted, which both tenders have a lamp for some reason. Everything needs a tail lamp these days. But the lamp is molded on, so you could just take a white Sharpie to it or something. Which, they don't make white Sharpies. I've looked around for them. I've always found paint Sharpies, but I use whiteout. Bite me. So, my first big problem with all of Scotsman is the permanent painted steam. Why? What? It doesn't appeal to... It definitely doesn't appeal to me, but I understand it's not for me. If they want to basically say that he's a fast engine, which he is the first one to officially go 100 miles an hour. They could have, just said it on the box. The steam isn't needed. It just kind of takes away from the look. That was my biggest problem with it since day one of the picture coming out, is the fact that it had steam on it. Now, moving on to the coal tender, which I'm looking at these, and it would be nice if since it was like this, like, they go a specific way anyways, or they're supposed to go a specific way, it would have been nice if Mattel had, like, labeled these tenders, like, 1 and 2. That way, nobody mistakes it for, like, yay, water in front. Oh, shoot, how are we supposed to get the coal? So, the coal always goes in front. Now, the real Scotsman currently looks like this, pretty much. Yeah, it does, actually. Darker green, or a different shade of green, but, we'll go back to the coal tender. Like I said, it's the painted, no painted buffers, and it's not really well painted. On most of my Scotsman isn't very well painted. The buffer's kind of chipping, and I've only really had this for 2 days. The coal is pretty nice. I believe the coal is painted. Of course it's painted. What? I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, everybody. And then there's an extra filler cap, because you need more water. Everybody gets water. Splishy splashy. So we're moving on to Scotsman now. Scotsman himself. Good old Scotty. Now, as they mentioned in his character video, he doesn't fly, and he's not Scottish. One big thing that I would really love to see on this model, or toy, I can't really say model, but, is in the movie, Scotsman's smoke deflectors move back and forth. I don't know how the hell he does that, but he does it. And pretty cool. So it would have been nice to have like a separate fitted smoke deflectors that can ride on a small track. Like they perfectly set it up too. They just have to cut into it and then detach them from the smoke box, and you can make them slide. That would have been lovely, but saving costs. Damn it, Samson. Now, as I was saying, it was very poorly painted. Some of the running board paint got, or the buffer beam paint got on the running board for me. Part of his lamp iron is red, and of course he doesn't have any painted buffers, because I already did that, but, Scotsman, like Gordon, has more of a metallic-y kind of inside of him, I guess you can say, but I can't really get it that well. His whistle and safety, is that a safety valve? I don't know all the parts of an engine. So his whistle and valves are actually painted, but like the handrails aren't, and his pipes aren't. There's his number. More steam. So, the back is pretty plain. Scotsman's face. He's got some kind of special face, but he kind of looks like he's a little mental, so, my biggest fear is, when Scotsman comes to his 2-pack, he's gonna lose the steam, I hope, but he's only gonna come with 1 tender, and knowing Mattel, it'll be the water tender. Yeah, I really hope they don't do that. Now, one thing I do want to point out, and I'm not sure if the camera can catch it very well, but the running board and the plastic on the tanks isn't black. It's more of a dark green. Like, that is dark green, and then his smoke deflector is black. I don't know if the camera can pick it up that well, but, which It is not exactly accurate, I don't think, but it is kind of nice. My biggest problem is the fact that they had to use the normal Gordon running board for this. And so that means he had the wrong buffers. He needs circular, god damn it, he needs circle buffers, not ovals. I'm sorry, I need a nap. So, other than a few inaccuracies and the steam, which, if it wasn't painted on, I'd get it off. They should have just done it like Hit Toy Company did the Skarloey Storms through it. It was like a little sticker. It's like a transparent sticker. So, yeah, I definitely recommend Scotsman because, yeah, it's Flying Scotsman. How can you not love him? And hell, get him, even if you just need the face for a Bachmann model or something. Just get him, because you know when Mattel either re-releases him, it'll be screwed up, or they won't re-release him at all. And that would be a real bummer. One other thing I just realized that I kind of wish they did was, can't get to him right now, but I'm kind of upset that they didn't give Scotsman the 2 lamps, the express head code. I think that would have been really nice to have. And, of course, you could always add your own lights, like TM Brewer does. I don't remember their actual channel name, but that's what it used to be. But other than a little bit of inaccuracies, the steam, and I really like how they actually added the nameplate. And I believe, yeah, that's painted on. So props to Mattel for that. So yeah, other than the inaccuracies and the steam, it's a very nice model. I really highly recommend it, even if it barely works on like old track. You can just file down the thing like I did. So get it. I say 9 out of 10 on this. Obviously 9 out of 10 because there's some stuff wrong with it, but what can you do? Repaint it. But if you're like me and you suck at painting, and again, apparently so does Mattel. So, yeah. Hopefully the next review will be the review on these two and the set. And, and then if you want to check out the Gordon review, click on the box or the annotation that will appear somewhere on here. And check out the Thomas review, click the box here. So, yeah, that is it for my Great Race reviews for now. I hope you all enjoyed, and bring on extraordinary engines, little brother. And that is my review on the Trackmaster Flying Scotsman. So I hope you all enjoyed, and there will be more reviews coming up soon. Till then, bye now, and good luck, little brother. Good luck.